Okay, welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about joins. Okay, this is about the select statements from the SQL server. Okay, what are the different types of joins? Okay, let me explain you what are the joins. Okay, joins are needed because we have data in different tables. Okay, and they are associated with the primary key and the foreign key. Okay, and that is where the joins are created, because we cannot hold all the information in a single table, and the tables are divided, the information is divided into the different tables and kept in the different tables. That is actually what is actually happens in the normalization of the database. Okay, before creating any database you have to normalize the database. Okay, now what is normalization is a very big issue, very big topic. Okay, and how do we do it from the first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, which is the practical way, and you can, if you want to go by the theory, you can go to the fourth and the fifth normal form. Okay, then this is a completely different topic of normalization. I'm not going to take it up right now. What I'm going to talk to you about is about joins. Okay, now why do we need joins? Joins we needed because the information is kept in the different tables. Why is the information kept in the different tables? Why do you think that the information is kept in a different table? Then information is kept in the different tables because any table cannot contain all the information about everything. Now take for example, you have a table of employee which contains the employee details. Okay, the employee details, employee name, it may contain employee name, employee F name, birth date, okay, etc. Okay, now suppose if you wanted to have a salary details, okay, then you may actually like to create another file in which you can keep the data for the salary. Okay, and these two tables, whenever you want to link up both the data, you want to get the salary details of the employee, you will be having an employee ID in the employee table, which will be a foreign key in the salary table. Okay, now the thing is, how do you actually get the information? You get the information by few ways. One is to use a select, but you cannot use a select because the information is actually in different tables. So you use a select with a joint. You can use a subquery. There is another way of getting the data, and there is one more way of getting the data, that is correlated queries. Now this is subqueries and joins and correlated queries are used in different situations. Practically speaking, joins perform faster. You can do most of the things with the joins what you can do with the subqueries or the correlated queries. Okay, so I will take up the joins. What are the different types of joins? Joins are firstly basically of two types. Okay, first I will consider one is the equijoin and one is the not equijoin. Okay, what are the equijoins? Okay, we have the equijoins, like we have an inner join. Okay, and then we have an outer join. Now there are two different types of syntax. One is the old syntax that uses a equal to between the two different tables matching the key. Okay, I will explain it to you later. And then there is a ANSI syntax, okay, that says to ask you to use the inner join word. Okay, now what are the different types of join? We have an inner join, then outer join. Let's bifurcate the outer join. Okay, what are the different types of the outer join? The outer join are of different types. Okay, there is a left outer join, and then there is a right outer join. And in the end there is a full join. Okay, now let me explain you one by one what is the equijoin. A equijoin is a join where two tables have the same key. Okay, and they are joined with that key. Okay, as I already explained to you, in a one table it may be a primary key, in the other table it may be a foreign key. Let's take an example here. Okay, select T titles, sales order, sales quantity from pubs, DBO titles. Okay, and these two tables are related with the title ID. Okay, title ID equals to S dot. In the sales also there is a title ID. The title ID is the primary key in the titles and is a foreign key in the CSID. Let's see what happens, okay, when we actually run this query. Let's copy it and run it in a new this thing. Okay, okay, now let's execute it. Okay, now the data has been derived from two different tables, and then there was a key that was present in both the tables, that was the title ID, and on that table, on that key, the table was joined. Okay, now this is the equal. The thing is that when you say equal, when you use the equi-join, the only that key matching in both the tables would be actually the data would be retrieved. If any of the tables contain a data that did not match the key, that data would be left over. Suppose in the sales table there were actually records, or in the title table there were records that did not exist in the sales. Those would be left over because they are no equal to title ID in the other table. Okay, usually it cannot happen in the sales table, it will happen in the title table because title table contains the primary key. Okay, now let's go to the other part, second joint. Okay, now let's see what we can do with the other joint. Now the join actually exists in the where clause. Now not only that you can have a join with the equi-join, but you can also have a condition, extra condition. Okay, and you can add to it. Okay, now this is a good example of it, where there is equi-join and the condition is extended still further. Okay, let's execute the SQL. There we have, this is another equi-join which has a one more condition attached to it. Okay, in the where clause. Now let's go and see the third one. Okay, here is one more example how the equi-join is being used. Okay, now it selects the title, it sums the quantity, okay, from the title, where title ID equals as title, and group by the T title ID. Okay, it uses the group. Okay, again this is equi-join. Okay, now I think so you must have understood what is the equi-join by now. Okay, and how it works. Okay, if you are using a sum in the SQL, okay, remember that you have to group by the field that are there up. Okay, otherwise it will give you an error. Now there are two different type of syntax you can use in the equi-join. Okay, as you can see, okay, from here to here, okay, they both produce the same results, only the way there is a different way of writing. This is the old syntax, okay, that used to exist. Okay, let me execute the SQL. Okay, and this is the new syntax, new ANSI syntax. Okay, the result is always the same, only the way of writing the syntax is only the way of writing the SQL is the different, little bit different. Okay, both are equi-joins, both will create the same result. It doesn't matter how which one you use, but your server should support that syntax. Okay, the old syntax and the new syntax is supported in the SQL Server 2008. Okay, while if you use with the left or a right outer join or a full join, okay, that syntax is not supported until and unless you set the compatibility level to the 80, that is SQL Server 2000. Okay, again there is a, this is another equi-join using a multiple tables rather than two tables. You can see there are multiple tables. Okay, from the author, sales, titles and title, 4 tables are being used. Okay, they all are actually using equi-join. Okay, I'm going to execute it and see that how the different tables can be used to drive the data. Okay, This is how the equijoin works. Okay. Okay, this is a new syntax, nothing, same result again. Okay, this uses the syntax. Okay, same result it will give you. Okay, now let's talk about a left outer join. Okay, in the left outer join, the tables that exist on the left side, okay, will show you all the records irrespective of whether it exists in the right side table or not. Okay, what does it mean? That all the records that will match equally will be shown in both the tables, plus the records that will be on the left side that does not match on the right side will also be shown. Okay, take up this example. Here is a left. Okay, let's take this example now. This is the left outer join. Okay, I have already explained to you what is the thing. Now let me execute it. Okay, this gets executed. Okay, there we are. As you can see, there are null fields. Okay, these fields comes from the sales tables. Okay, you can see that all the tables, all the records that have been matched in both the tables are being shown, but the records that don't match in the sales table but exist in the title tables are also shown. That is what does it mean by the left outer join? Means the left side of the table would be shown with all the records irrespective of whether it matches the right side table or not. Okay, but if you wanted to use the older syntax, you cannot use this syntax until you change the database compatibility to the 80, that's SQL Server 2000. Okay, I am going to just change the compatibility to 80 so that we can also use the older syntax. This is how the older syntax was used. Okay, it will give you the same result, no difference at all, only the way how it is written, few words in up and down, and the result will give you the same. Here we are, it has the same result after all. Okay, again we have to change back the compatibility level to the 100, that is SQL Server 2008, and 90 stands for 2005. In the last, there is a right outer join. In the right outer join, what happens is all the records on the right side table are listed whether they match the left side table or not. Okay, and from the left side table only those records will be shown that matches the right side table. Okay, let's execute it and see what happens. That's how it is executed. Okay, the right side tables are being listed, and you can see the null on the left side that don't have the matching rows. Okay, before we end this session of the joins, the full join would actually make all the row visible irrespective of whether they match the other side table or not. What does it mean is that those records that doesn't match the other table will be shown from the either side. Okay, from the left side also or in the right side also, and plus the records that match. Okay, so that's what would be a full join. Okay, let's end the join session here. Okay.